cry for God would come. I'll tell you, one of the things I like least about myself, and this isn't self-deprecating or being negative, don't try to cast that out of me later. But one of the things that I like least about myself is that when things get hard, is when I seek God more. But when things are easy, I just don't have the same edge. I want it, you know? I mean, you know, when the big financial gift shows up and the big crowd shows up and the anointing is just blowing up everywhere, I want to be like, ah, I gotta have you. I want to be there. But I'm mostly like, hey, this is awesome. This is awesome. And it's always when I'm getting starved out that actually it gets real. Am I making sense? You just, you know, and I don't think that's just me. I don't think it's just my problem. That's human nature. That when things are hard, I mean, it's like when things get down to the bottom, then we actually go, I'm really serious. I need you. I won't eat for 42 days. We're just going to have a little extra deuce on there just because we got to have God. You know what I'm saying? I know that's not what y'all did. I'm being fun. Actually, it's better than that. But there's just a place you just get down to nothing and you go, I can't keep going like this. I can't go through the motions. I can't fake it anymore. I won't hype it anymore. I'm not going to show up to another Christian pep rally and act like it's a bonfire when it's a little spark. I'm not. I want you, God. I want you, the real, the living God. I want the living God. I don't want the fake version. I don't want the hype version. I don't want the, you know, somebody else's story version. I don't know if you ever get there, but sometimes I rejoice with the person with the testimony, but I just go, I want my own testimony. I'm so excited that you went up to heaven and it's all glory. I'm so happy for you. Do you know my address, God? I feel that. My soul thirsts for God, for the living God. And then David prays, he prays the prayer that hearts that are at the bottom pray. When shall I come and appear before God? He prays the same prayer in Psalm 63, and this is the same prayer that Moses prayed. Show me your glory. The when shall I come and appear before God is, let me see your face. It's the same thought. It's the same feeling. When shall I see you? I just want to see you. And I can almost think like David's advisors going, dude, you just need more men. You need military. He goes, no, I need a face-to-face with God right now. Because when I get down to it, and this is how it is for you, when you get down to it, when every prop is kicked out and everything is like just not working, it's not even better if it starts working in one area. That doesn't even work. What you have to have is the real God encounter. You have to have the real Jesus. You have to have the real encounter with the real God. And that's what your soul knows. See, that's what every human soul knows. Your flesh longs for Him. Your soul thirsts for Him. Every human soul knows it. Not just believers. They might not be able to identify it out there, but they know they're made for more than just day in, day out, dull, whatever. They know it inside. They pay to be shocked by psychics. They pay to be freaked out by horror movies. They jump out of airplanes and they climb mountains that can kill them. Come on, they know on the inside there's something more. And you do too. You do too. And I do too. And they pray this prayer, when will I see your face? I think about Moses, and you know, the guy, 10 plagues rained down on the nation of Egypt. I mean, the Lord split the Red Sea with the man's staff. And God goes, hey, I'm going to send one of my main angels with you. And Moses goes, that is not going to work for me. It's just not going to work for me, God. I don't even want to go if you're not coming. And he goes, okay, I'll go with you. And then Moses, you can kind of catch Moses, I think, a little bit in that passage. God goes, okay, I'll go with you. And Moses goes, I don't want you just to go with us, actually. Show me your face. Show me your glory. I want all of you. I want you. I don't even want to be the guy in charge of the nation. None of this platform stuff matters. I just want your face. I want you. David prays the same prayer. When am I going to see you? Something in these passages that help us get in touch with the truth of the longing of the human soul. That no matter, even when it's going well or when it's going bad, at the core of who you are, you want an encounter with the glory of God. I'm not talking about a little shake up on the ground. I'm talking about you want His face. You want transcendence. You want to wrap your arms around the infinite one. Hold Him somehow. Because you know you're made for it. In verse 3 he goes, my tears have been my food day and night. He's talking about fasting. But he's talking about fasting with mourning. He's literally doing that thing. He's doing the ugly cry thing. Where you cry and it's going into your mouth. You done those? That's what he's doing. I'm a wreck. And furthermore, they're mocking me. Where's God? Thought you were a believer. I thought God liked you. Where's all that bridal paradigm stuff right now? Thought you were His favorite. You don't look like His favorite. Is this how He treats His favorite? David, I thought you were a man after God's own heart. I thought God really liked you, David. I thought God was God. Doesn't look like it right now, does it? And the voices of like Shimei, like the one that's he's assailing David as he's getting driven out. They're mocking him. Where's your God? Where's your God, Pihop? Where is He? Thought He was going to come through. You've been praying a whole lot. I remember when I first planted the House of Prayer in Atlanta. I transitioned. I'd been part of a mega church. And I was a youth pastor at this mega church. Just so many good things going on, but the paradigm of doing house of prayer versus what we were doing in mega church is completely different. Completely different. And so I remember it was like I'd spent a year, kind of learning what to do, and then I planted the house of prayer. And I was like 8 months in, and I was talking to the guy that was like the children's pastor. And he goes, and I mean, I looked like the guy that lost it and just flew off the handle and did something crazy. I mean, to all those guys, this is weird. I'm like, what are you doing now? So he goes, so, how's it going at the prayer thing. It's going pretty good. Pretty good. I think we're like 60 hours a week. We're like 60 hours a week of prayer. He goes, 60 hours a week of prayer. I go, yeah. He goes, you guys got revival yet? No. He goes, oh. What's happening? You're praying like a lot. Surely stuff's happening, right? And I'm just sitting there just humiliated. I don't even have a good line. Like I can't even, I'm full of pride, but I can't even fix it because it's just, no, nothing's happening actually. It's 60 hours. We've got some really bad musicians and a couple good singers, and it's super hard. Yeah, that's what's going on. I mean, it's like nothing to say. Where's your revival? Where is it? Where's your God? You just kind of go, yeah, God, where are you? Now, verse 4, I used to read this as if he was saying, when I remember these things he just said. But what I clearly see now is that he's saying, when I remember these things, and he says to us what he remembers. He says, when I remember these things, I pour out my soul within you. And for me, verse 4, I see two critical points in this passage. Verse 4 and verse 7, critical. Because here's the deal. When you're stripped down, when you're in that place of pain, you're aching, you're longing for God, you want God to move, you know all you get, all that matters to you is God, and if you don't get God, you're going to die. You get to that spot, the mockers always show up, thought you were awesome, you're not awesome, what's going on, where's God? That always happens. And then, this critical place of verse 4, he goes, but I remember these things. And when I do, his point is, it inspires intercession. When I remember these things, that's when I really can pour out my soul to God. That's when I hit a vein of prayer and intercession. And what is it that you remember, David? He goes, I used to go with the multitude. I went with them to the house of God with the voice of joy and praise, with a multitude that kept a pilgrim feast. The feast of Israel were just, amazing parties, right? Just everybody gathering and feasting for 7 days. Whether it's Passover or Tabernacles, just going for it. It's really the spirit of revival. It's really coming before the Lord and remembering all of His goodness and celebrating with the people of God together. That's what David describes. He goes, what I remember is those times when we were all rejoicing, when God was moving, when we were all gathered together in joy in the house of God. Then it charges my soul to pour out my intercessions. That's what he said. And I tell you, there's just so many times. Cheryl said, well, they're 24/7. And we are, we're 24/7. It's alive 24/7. There's actually always somebody up here. And it's hard. And sometimes it's just straight up hard. And our singers and musicians are like, they are tough. I remember I was talking to Mike Bickle about it one time, and he goes, so man, tell me, how are they going over there in Nam? I go, what? He goes, in Nam, how's it going? I go, Vietnam? He goes, yeah, Atlanta, I I go, never say that again. I don't want to be known as the Vietnam of the prayer movement. But there's a certain sense of, and he's referencing the war, but there's a certain sense of the battle that is so challenging. And there's just something about people hanging in there through the battle. And there's just been so many times where I just, myself and others, you just have to come back to what are we doing? What are we doing? We're walking around in an empty room, praying to a God we can't see, singing the same songs so much that I used to like them, but now I don't. What are we doing? Right? You ever done like the 6-hour prayer time in the prayer room and like all of the worship leaders actually played the same like hot song? You ever had that happen to you? See, what we'll do is we'll split our sets up in an hour at a time, and I've literally sat in a prayer room and had 4 or 5 people in a row successively sing the same song. They weren't there for the previous person's thing, so they just keep singing. And I'm like, by the 5th one, I'm like, okay, guys, he's a good father. I get it. Just freaking stop. Right? I'm serious. An attack with somebody. I get it. He's good. He's really good. Do something else. Stop! Do something else. Nearly. But you get to that place, you go, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? And we've nearly a mantra. The answer to the question is always the same. It's because he's worthy. He's worthy of it. He's worthy of our complete weakness. Ralph Winter, U.S. World Missions, he has this great quote. He says, anything that's worth doing is worth doing badly. I think the opposite. Anything that's worth doing is worth doing well, right? Because if it's worth doing, it's just worth doing badly. Just do it. And we always come back to that, okay, he's worthy. He's worthy of our love and our adoration. He's worthy. He's worthy of our weakness. He's worthy of that. But it's these times when God, He will remind me of when He's moved. He'll remind me of the quote-unquote pilgrim feast. He'll remind me of the times when He moved in power, when He visited with healing, when He visited with refreshing, when His presence was so evident. He reminds me of those moments and the times when it's just difficult. And it's those memories often that cause my heart to re-engage again. And here's what's interesting. The Bible is clear that the memory is something the Lord uses to stir us up again. Paul encouraged Timothy, said, stir yourself up by way of reminder. Because remember the gift of God that's inside of you from the laying on of my hand. And here's the thing. Think about how God made a human memory. I mean, it could be just simply this empty recalling of events, no feeling attached. But that's not really how it is. If you have a memory, when you remember something, you're not just remembering the actual data. More or less, you're back in the emotion of it. You're back in the feeling of it. It's how God constructed the human memory. And here's something He did. For better or for worse, He uses the human memory to jumpstart our emotions. And when you remember the goodness of God, when you remember the testimony, when you remember the time He moved, when you remember the undeniable time He answered the prayer, and there's no way anyone knew what you were praying for, and God did it. When you remember it, you go, you're real. You did it back then, and you'll do it again. So I'm gonna pray. I'll pray. That's what David said. He goes, when I remember these things, I pour out my soul. And then David, I just am so thankful for his humanity. Because it helps me not feel so weird. Verse 5. Why are you cast down, O my soul? Why are you disquieted within me? Hope in God. I've probably only counseled 500 disquieted soul missionaries over my last decade. I mean, it's the constant thing that happens to an intercessor, to an intercessory missionary. You pray, you feel God, you pray, and then you don't feel God, and then you go, wait, what am I doing wrong? I'm not feeling it anymore. And then you keep trying to pray, you pull up all the favorite verses, they're not working, and the soul is aching. The soul is aching. The soul is still saying, I'm made for God and God alone. And you know truth, and it's on your mind, and you're feeling that hunger, and you're feeling that longing, you're feeling that ache, and it's not working now. And your soul's going, "Urgh!" And your friend's going, what's wrong with you? And then you try to explain it to somebody who doesn't exactly get it, and then you sound like an idiot. And they go, have you seen a doctor? Like maybe you should try medication. And on the inside, you know it's not about any of that. You know that there's something deep inside of you that won't be settled, it won't be satisfied unless you encounter the Lord. It's got to be God. It's got to be the living God. And you just wonder, man, how long can I stay in this? How long can I stay in this place of a disquieted soul? My soul is longing, and there's no end in sight. There's no satisfaction for it. What do I do? And as weak little people as we are living in the 20th century, 21st, we do silly, stupid stuff. We go binge on Netflix. Or just watch the entire Lord of the Rings series with the Hobbit as well. Like one sitting. And we just grab a hold of anything that will medicate the pain of the soul. Give me anything. Give me entertainment. Give me food. Give me a relationship. Let me just go waste time with somebody. Give me something. And what happens is it never satisfies. It ends up dulling the ache. And you get to that place of dullness, and you're just stuck because you know truth and you're dull. And it was better when you were in pain. Am I making any sense?
Yeah.